Okay, so for today's lesson, what I'm going to show you how to do is make a reusable signature watermark that's going to become a PNG. Once it's a PNG, you can insert it in any file, any edit that you create, which is what you will be doing for future edits in this class. Pretty soon, we're going to be making videos, and I will want you to put your signature watermark in your video. So today, what you're going to make is that watermark that can be used in all of your projects. It's pretty simple. What we're going to do to start is go to Google Drive. So once you're in Google Drive, easiest way to get to Google Drawings is go up to New, up in the corner, click on More, and then go over to Google Drawings. That will take you into a blank canvas, blank artboard. First thing that you should do every time you go into Google Drawings is get into the habit of giving it a name. A lot of you have just been leaving it as Untitled Drawings. Then whenever you download your images, you have a bunch of Untitled Drawings in your downloads folder, and it gets a little bit unorganized and confusing if you leave it like that. So click up on Untitled Drawing and call it Signature Watermark. Okay, signature watermark. Once you have that name, click off of it. Second thing we're going to do is resize the canvas. So instead of going into file and page setup and doing a specific pixel amount, I'm just going to have you guys go down to the bottom right corner of your screen, go to that little handle, drag it up, and then drag it over to the right. And then you can readjust it once you've done that a little bit more. So what you're doing is making like a really wide banner. So it's going to be short and it's going to be wide. Doesn't have to be a specific amount. Once you have that short and wide, now what you're going to do is insert your WordArt. So go up to Insert, click on WordArt, and then type in your first and last name, properly capitalized, please, and add 2020 to the end of it. So anything you make now through December is going to be watermarked with your name 2020. Okay, now what we're going to do is kind of resize that a little bit so it takes up most of the size of that canvas. Like that. Leave a little bit of room at the top, a little bit of room at the bottom. You don't want to make it something that looks like really tall because honestly, I think that looks a bit ugly. It looks like way too tall and just it's not spaced very well. So I'm going to undo that with Control Z. Okay, now what you're going to do, the very first thing that you should do is turn off the border because you have three things happening here. You have a powder blue, you have a border, and then you have the plain and lame Arial font. You're going to change all three of those things. So first thing, go up to your border, make it transparent. Now, what I'm going to do is leave this color as it is just for now because you want to see this font whenever you go to change it. So go up to your font, you pick any font that you like for your signature, meaning it doesn't have to look cursive or anything, but it's like your signature fun font. Everybody has that one font that they love. I'm not really feeling these other ones, but yeah, scroll through, find one you like. Some of them, again, are kind of blah. It's totally your preference. What I'm going to do, I happen to know which font I'm going to go to. It's Annie Use Your Telescope. I really like that font for something like this. I'm going to make that a little bit wider just because naturally that's a smaller font. Make it a little wider, but now I'm going to bold it just because it happens to be a thinner font. Now I like that. There's still a few more things that need done. One, we're going to change the color, and then we're going to change the transparency. All right, so we're going to go to our paint bucket, fill it to white so it's not powder blue. Now when it's white, you can barely see it, and that's kind of the whole point here because it's supposed to be a really light watermark. Last thing you're going to do, don't forget this because it's important. Go up to your fill color again, go down to custom and click on it, and then drag your transparency down to a little less than halfway. This will make it very transparent whenever you drop it on your videos, you drop it on your backgrounds, whatever it is. Hit OK. You can barely see it, but actually, this is the point. This is one of those very few assignments I'm going to say you should barely see this one. Okay, now what we're going to do is download this. So we're going to go to File, Download, and PNG. Now that it's downloaded, you can see it's named signature watermark.png, so we know what it is when we go to post it and use it. So to turn this into assignment 14, you're going to go into Google Classroom, and you're going to add this file. Now watch, because again, a lot of you are messing this up in other assignments. When you go to Add, click on File, and then if it jumps you into Recent, you're going to be tempted to put this in. That is the Google Drawing file. That's not what you need. You need to go to Upload. When you go to Upload, browse your computer. On the side, find your downloads, and then find your signature watermark. Click on it, hit Open. let it do its upload. If you did it correctly, it will say signature watermark.png, and then it will show image. If it says Google Drawing, you did it wrong, and you need to go into uploads and get it that way. Once it says image, you're good to turn that in. Now, let me just show you how you would use your watermark across other projects in the future. I'm going to jump into one of my Google Slides here. Actually, it's one of your Google Slides. Somebody made this, and I really like what it looked like in an old assignment. So to insert this into other assignments in the future, you would insert this as an image, upload it from your computer. So you would click on upload. Then you would go to your downloads and you would see it there. That's why I wanted you to name it so that you knew what you were looking for in the future. Open it. And it's going to be kind of big, but see how it's really light. It's really transparent. It looks good for a signature watermark because you're supposed to barely see those. You don't want that to be obnoxious. So in the future, when you're adding your signature watermark, you don't have to recreate it all the time. You just insert it as an image, place it in a nice, subtle place, meaning it's not like big in the front, and there you go. So that's how you'll use it in the future. Get that turned in for me today, guys. It's quick, simple, pretty painless. If you owe anything else before this assignment, please get that done. View the feedback that I gave you and make sure that you're communicating with me if you have any problems. All right, have fun with this, guys, and I will see you later in the week.